Hello guys, welcome to Anime TMZ Talks. In this video, we are going to talk about that what was the importance of the pain arc. We know that pain arc was a very important arc ever existed in Naruto. This arc was a very great arc to be said because this arc was a very much thrilling arc where there was a lot of fights plus a lot of suspense. So now let's start the video. The first important thing was that the introduction to the pain. Introduction to the pain was a much more important thing than any other ones. We know that pains are the six parts of pain that were shown, and I am going to say it because these six parts of pain were shown in this whole pain arc because they were one of the most important characters. Like Nagato, he had a lot of connections with the real villain of the human beings, who was Madara Uchiha. Like I am talking about the real villain among the human beings, and also there was some sort of relations of Madara with Kaguya, who was the main villain. And that is why I think that introduction to the pains and the six parts of pain, and that this type of things like six parts of pain or six parts of any types of people is possible is also shown in this whole pain arc. And the next important thing that was shown in the pain arc was the whole powerful of the pain. We know that Akatsuki is a very strong group where there are a lot of powerful people. But if you talk about that, there are a lot of other pupils who are a little bit of weak against some Hokages. But if you talk about that, you cannot ignore this fact that the leader of the Akatsuki, who was this guy, was a very much thrilling and a very much mysterious question in Naruto. That was also revealed in this pain arc. That was a very important factor for anyone to know because the one who has formed Akatsuki and now is leading the whole Akatsuki was a very much mysterious things, but this mysterious thing was been fully stopped by this pain arc. And the next thing that happened is that the full power of Jiraiya. You might say that the full power of Jiraiya could quite have been revealed a little bit of ago during that fight of Orochimaru and versus Tsunade and Jiraiya. And if you talk about that, you cannot say that that was the real full power. Like literally, Jiraiya was in a very bad position, having that whole antibiotic, or you can say that antibiotics not. But yes, if you talk about that, there are some sorts of medicinal things that Jiraiya ate due to Tsunade's different problems, and Jiraiya could not fight with his whole full power. And that is why I think that this arc was a very important because in this arc we were able to see the real potential and why Jiraiya is called the one of the legendary Sanin. And the next most important thing is that there is no types of ways that you cannot use genjutsu if you are a frog user. You know that frogs were said to be one of the most powerful summonings, but this was said that Jiraiya and Naruto were one of the people who could not ever do any type of genjutsu. But this was never said by the Jiraiya that Naruto cannot even do genjutsu with the power of the frogs. And that was also shown in the pain arc that the frogs can do a special type of genjutsu that is very important and that is very much good because one of the most powerful people like the Rinnegan users were caught up in this genjutsu, and this is a little bit of hard genjutsu, and it also gave us a slight look that Naruto can also use genjutsu in that next battles, but it still was not shown but was important. And the next one is that the whole history of the Akatsuki was shown in this arc. You know that Akatsuki is the strongest villain group ever existed, but nobody would have had ever think of it that Akatsuki should have been ever able to even be in such a good way from the start. Like literally the history of Akatsuki was never been revealed by any type of Akatsuki members because they were never a past member of Akatsuki. Whereas having Yahiko, Kunan and Nagato, the past Akatsuki members who were still alive, they were able to say us that why was Akatsuki formed and who formed the Akatsuki, and that why is Akatsuki so much good group from the start. And this also showed that how much good Nagato, Yahiko and Conan would have been if that Hanzo guy would not have had interfered. And the next thing that had shown in this pain arc was that in this pain arc Naruto's Sage Mode power and how much powerful a Sage Mode makes a person. Like literally it made Naruto from a zero to a hero like thing, because Naruto became a lot much more powerful and even comparable to all the Hokages and the Kages which were at that existing time. And this Sage Mode of Naruto also revealed some sort of powerful things like that how can Naruto use that Rasen Shuriken in his Sage Mode form, and also the power of the Sage Mode that was even able to defeat or maybe go at least closer to that Pain and the six parts of Pain who were able to kill every Sanin if they wanted. And I think that the next important thing that was shown in this whole arc was the everything information about the Sage Mode. We know that Sage Mode was a really less time screen time mode that was seen in the whole Naruto, because after the Pain arc Sage Mode was rarely been seen in the whole Naruto series, or even in the Boruto series. Naruto never used Sage Mode fully, like he used KCM plus Sage Mode. And if you talk about that, Sage Mode's real power was shown in that whole Pain arc, like things that Sage Mode never exhausts, or also Sage Mode can help Naruto do the Rasen Shuriken, plus how much important Sage Mode is, giving them extra chakra. Plus also you cannot forget that Naruto has also shown some of the bad things about Sage Mode, like they take a lot of time to be activated. And the next important thing that was shown is that the entrance of Six Tails. We know that Six Tails is a very much powerful form of Naruto that was even able to literally use his only powers to defeat even the whole powers of that Devapod, and he could have also easily beaten that Devapod if Devapod did not went near to that real Nagato, and Nagato did not release that earth once that he used to almost make a moon. And I think that this helped that Kurama to Six Tails to be introduced, that how would Kurama look like in its Six Tails, plus also in some further ways like that 8 tails or 9 tails or even 7 tails, the powers of Naruto's in his whole 8 tails or 6 tails was seen in this whole Pain arc. And the next and the most important thing that was shown is the face of the fourth Hokage, plus that the fourth Hokage is Naruto's dad, that was also seen. We know that fourth Hokage was a very mysterious character, like literally the first Hokage and the second Hokage was literally been seen from the very start, whereas fourth Hokage was seen even in the Pain arc. Like literally it took him so much time to be in the screen time, but at least he came, and this coming of this fourth Hokage made this literally whole scene literally very much complicated. Like literally Minato was the dad of Naruto, that was one of the greatest shocks for every Naruto pupil, because as fourth Hokage was never introduced, and whenever he was introduced he said that he was the dad of Naruto, and that thing that he sealed Kurama in his own son also made people hate him. And the next important and the most important thing that was shown in the Pain arc is the Rinnegan. We know that Rinnegan is such a powerful dojutsu that it was even praised by Madara that it was such a great dojutsu. Like literally it was able to suck in every types of ninjutsu it could. It had a special type of ability that he could use for this Rinnegan, and also this Rinnegan could summon a lot of Rinnegan summonings that could help the user of this Rinnegan power up a lot. As far as we know that this Rinnegan is so much powerful that it was even said one of the greatest gifts from Hagoromo Otsutsuki, and this introduction of the Rinnegan was seen in the Pain arc, and after that the power of the Rinnegan was also seen in this whole fight of Naruto versus Pain, where Pain showed the real power. And the next important thing that was shown is that the some looks of that 6 parts of Sage Moon. We know that the who created this whole shinobi world was a very great mystery, but if you talk about it, some glance of the whole man who created this whole everything that ever existed in this world, he was shown in this whole Pain arc. Because this Pain arc, Hagoromo Otsutsuki was seen a little bit of, not too much, but yes, it was at least seen that he also had the Rinnegan, and how much powerful Hagoromo Otsutsuki was with his powers. Thus, also the Rinnegan of Hagoromo was also seen in this whole Pain arc, whereas it was also shown that this was said as one of the most powerful shinobis ever existed, but this is not completely true, you know that. And the next fact that was the most important is Naruto gained faith for every pupil in the Konoha. We know that Konoha people used to hate Naruto a lot even after Naruto had made a very good place in the heart of some people, whereas some people still thought him as a Jinchuriki and still did not like Naruto living in that whole village. But after that Pain arc where Naruto was able to defeat Pain, Naruto became literally the hero of the whole village. Like literally everyone was praising Naruto, and there was no hate of everybody against Naruto, because everybody started taking him as a normal child, not as a Jinchuriki. Yes, they considered that he had 9 tails inside him, but still they know that he was such a powerful shinobi that if this whole monster did not come, then they might have been dead. And this is all the points I have, and that is it for today's video. I hope that you have enjoyed this whole video. If you enjoyed, please subscribe to my channel. It's no sin to subscribe, plus even press on the bell icon if you want to see like this type of importances of arts anymore. And please share it with your friends if you think that they should also know that importance of this Pain arc. And I think that that is it for today's video. Thanks for watching and subscribe.